Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tera Vana Chari Yamuna Tera Vana Chari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tera Vanachari Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shiradhe Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Shurati Radha Shama Sundara Radha Shama Sundara Shurati Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Shrimad Gopal Krishna Prabhupada Saitya Mira Prakasha Vitiraja Charangira Shada Vipatino Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dati Swapadantikam Vandehang Shri Guru Shri Juta Parakamalang Shri Gurung Vaishnavamscha Serupang Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitang Sadvadhutang Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakham Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visabhano Sote Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kipa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 7, Chapter 8, The Lord slays the king of the demons. Text number 44 or 45? 45. Hare Krishna. No problem. I was told 44, but that's okay. No, this is one of our conditioning. So, is there a verse there? Yeah. Shri Shidha Ucho Yona Gating Yoga Shidang Asadhur Aharsid Yoga Tapo Balena Nanadar Pangtang Nakai Bidhadhara Tasmai Tubhyang Pranatosmi Nisingha Shishida Uchu Yunagatim Yoga Shidang Asadhur Aharsid Yoga Tapo Balena Nanadar Pangtang Nakair Vidhadhara Tasmai Tubhyang Pranatasmo Nisingha Shishida Uchu Yuno gating yoga shidang ashadur. Ahar sid yoga tapo balena. Nana darpang tang nakar bididhara. Tasmai tubhyang pranatasmo nisingha.
Yoga Tapovalena Nanda Pankam Nakya Vidadara Asmatu Vyamkara Tasmata Singha
Somebody else. Mataji's? Word for word meaning. Sri Shida Uchu. The inhabitants of Siddhaloka said, Yaha, the person who, our gatim, perfection, yoga siddham, achieved by mystic yoga, ashadhu, most uncivilized and dishonest, aharshit, stole away, yoga, by mysticism, tapa, and austerities, balena, by the power, na darpam, proud due to wealth, opulence and strength, tam, him, nakai, by the nails, vidudhara, pierced, tasmai, unto him, tubhyam, unto you, pranata, bowed down, sma, we are, Nishingha, O Lord Nishinghadev. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada K. The inhabitants of Siddhaloka prayed, O Lord Nishinghadev, because we belong to Siddhaloka, we automatically achieve perfection in all kinds of mystic power. Yet Hiranyakashipu was dishonest, that by the strength of his power and austerity, He took away our powers. Thus, he became very proud of his mystic strength. Now, because this rogue has been killed by your nails, we offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Everybody, please repeat. The inhabitants of Siddhaloka prayed, O Lord Nishigadev, because we belong to Siddhaloka, we automatically achieve perfection in all kinds of mystic power. Yet Hiranyakashipu was so dishonest that by the strength of his power and austerity, he took away our powers. Thus he became very proud of his mystic strength. Now, because this rogue has been killed by your nails, we offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Purport. On earth, there are many yogis who can exhibit some feeble mystic power by manufacturing pieces of gold like magic. But the inhabitants of the planet Siddhaloka are actually extremely powerful in mysticism. They can fly from one planet to another without airplanes. This is called Laghima Siddhi. They can actually become very light and fly in the sky. But by severe type of austerity, however, Hiranyakashipu excelled all the inhabitants of Siddhaloka and created disturbances for them. The residents of Siddhaloka were also beaten by the powers of Hiranyakashipu. Now that Hiranyakashipu had been killed by the Lord, the inhabitants of Siddhaloka also felt relieved. Shi Shida Uchu, Shino Gating Yoga Shidang Asadhur, Aharsid Yoga Tapo Balena, Nanadarpanam, Nanadarpang Tang Nakai Bidadhara, Tasmai Tubhyang Pranatasmo Nishingha. So the different inhabitants of the universe, from Swargaloka up to even to the lower planetary systems where there are living entities, they all became so grateful after Hiranyakashipu was killed by Lord Nrsimhadev. They're expressing their gratitude by offering prayers and obeisances unto the Supreme Lord. This is the reciprocation after the atrocities done by Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was the king of demons. But originally, both brothers, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, were originally the chokidars, or the security guards, or the safeguards, safeguards, keepers of Lord Vishnu and the spiritual world, Vaikuntha planets. Before entering the Vaikuntha planets, it says in the Shastra that there are 7 gates. So they were cursed by the Charkumaras, the first created living beings by Lord Brahma. They were mistakenly taken by these Jai and Vijay to be just ordinary living beings, human beings, like childs. Children around 5 years old. Again, 5 years old is very a mystical age in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Even though there were millions and millions of years old. They were self-realized souls. They were Brahmavadis. But somehow, after having darshan of the Supreme Lord as well, and smelling the tulsi leaf from Lord Vishnu's lotus feet, they also became devotees. So Jai and Vijay, they were given three. They were offered first by Lord Vishnu to have either 7 birds as devotees and 3 birds as demons. And they chose, Jai and Vijay, they chose to be demons. How is that? Devotees chose to be demons so that they can return back quickly as soon as possible to their posts, even though this is arranged by the Supreme Lord to exhibit his fighting spirit. No one can fight the Supreme Lord. No one can equal with the Supreme Lord in any ways or greater than him. So Jai and Vijay decided, well, we better just become demons so that we can come back, we can return. So in this episode of the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the 7th canto actually was dedicated to Prahlad Maharaj, the saintly son of Hiranyakashipu. Even though Hiranyakashipu, the king of demons, his son is an Uttama Bhakta, Mahabhagavat, pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. Very exalted. And to prove the words of his devotees, Lord Nrsimhadev appeared in a pillar. He does not have a father and mother. We didn't hear that Nrsimhadev grew up. Immediately he's there. So it looks like that is his parents, the pillars. But not really, because the Lord doesn't have any father and mother. But for pastimes, Leela, just like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Krishna, they appeared in the world, the 18th and 19th incarnations of the Supreme Lord, according to the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, is Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram. Even though Lord Krishna is Avatari, the source of all incarnations, so how is it that they came as avatars or incarnations? They're what you call Lila avatars. There are 6 types of avatars. And Lila avatar is one of them. So now, Hiranyakashipu was killed. And still, Lord Nrsimhadev was so furious when he was asked by his father, Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj, where is your Lord? Is he here? Is he everywhere? Where is he? Prahlad Maharaj says, he's everywhere. And then when his father says, is he in the pillar? He said, yes. So to prove that the words of his devotee is true, Lord Nrsimhadev appeared. And now, after killing Hiranyakashipu, Lord Nrsimhadev was still very furious. Very, very furious. And no one was able to pacify the Supreme Lord, which later on it will appear in this chapter and later on also, the next chapter, Prahlad Maharaj pacified the Supreme Lord. And here, the Siddhalokas, the inhabitants, the Siddha The Siddhaloka planet is where the residence of the Siddhas or the mystic yogis. Shida Uchu, the inhabitants of Siddha Loka said. They're all yogis there. Yogis means they perform severe austerities, penances, and sacrifices to attain the planet of Siddhaloka. This is one of the planets in the heavenly planets where exalted personalities in our universe resides. It's like previous to this, the inhabitants of Pitriloka. Then later on, the Vidyadharas, then the inhabitants of Naga Loka. So who are the inhabitants of Naga Lokas? The Nagas, like serpents. So, Siddha. Siddha means perfection. Not perfection that has been attained by the Bhaktas or Vaisnavas. The powers that the Siddhas or these yogis has performed, they received a certain benediction from the Supreme Lord Himself. And it says that what? They have mystic strength. They have extremely powerful power. One of them is that what? They can be lighter, like cotton. They can create even a universe. They can reach a place where they want to be, even at the time of death, in any planets in the universe, not the spiritual world. They can, it says here, they can actually become light and fly in the sky. Some of the yogis are like this. When we say Muni, Muni means philosopher, and Muni means also a yogi. We have many examples like that in the Srimad Bhagvatam or in the Puranas, who are very, very exalted, and they can travel without the use of any vehicle. Narad Muni is a yogi. He perfected yoga also, that he attained the darshan of the Supreme Lord. Angira Muni, Vashishta Muni, many munis. Agastya Muni, Kapila Muni. Muni is a yogi. And the perfect yogi is a devotee of the Supreme Lord. Ultimately, they can even pierce the coverings of this universe and enter into the spiritual world. So on earth, there are many yogis who can exhibit some feeble mystic power. But once they use their yoga power, or yogic power, it also being depleted. So they will perform more yoga to have continuously gain more and more of this mystic power. It says even here they can manufacture pieces of gold like magic. Even nowadays in India, the land of mysticism, the land of yoga, the land of dharma, still there are some who can exhibit this. And people, they become bewildered and they consider them to be God. They consider them to be very, very highly elevated souls, even though, again, they're not God. No one can become God. God is always God, even from his childhood, even from his birth. Jai. Sisi Gornitai ki jai. Salagam. What's the name again? Salagram, Sheila? Brindanat? Huh? Situl Sinat. Same. Brindanat, Situl Sinat. Tulsi Devi. And Giriraj, you have a name for Giriraj? Giriraj. Huh? Giridhari Lal. I haven't seen so blackish Giriraj. Usually brownish. Yeah, every day. Yes. Still very blackish blue color. So the inhabitants of Siddhaloka, they perform great austerities. And even nowadays, Prabhupada says there are many yogis in the Himalayas. Some of them are 700 years old, 300 years old, and they will come during the Kumbh Mela. They will dip themselves into Gangotri, Yamuna tree, the source of Ganga and Yamuna. And when they emerge, they're right there in the Kumbh Mela, Allahabad, a few hundred miles away. This is the way how they travel through Ganga also. Wherever Ganga flows, they can reach that place at any moment in an instant. And I've seen some of them. How do you know how can we tell if a person is old? By the wrinkles from their face. And I've seen one yogi, so effulgent, looking very bright, and the wrinkles all over the place. Go like really wrinkles. Usually we'll have wrinkles on our foreheads, right? Or near the eyes, or here. But this yogi, my son, I can still remember in my mind how the wrinkles are really like, the flow of waves in an ocean or in a river. Like this, everywhere. These are yogis. They come, not to attain, they come to Kumbh Mela to attain the perfection. You know what's Kumbh Mela? This is the most gathering of people uninvited. Usually they will have a party, the materialists, and they will invite their friends. But this Kumbh Mela, no. You don't need to be invited. You just want and have a desire to go there. So people go there by planes, by cars, by trains, or by walking. But these siddhas, or yogis, they can travel through Ganga. And then when Kumbh Mela is finished, millions of people will come and take bath at the time of the auspicious constellation of the different planetary systems. And then Amrita will be flowing, will be coming from the sky. And anyone who will take bath in the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna, and Sarasvati. Sarasvati is unmanifest, underground. One will become immortal. The Amrita, the nectar. And we go there also, every Kumbh Melas, there are 4 places, Nasik, Ujjain, Haridwar, and one more, Prayag, king of Tirthas, Prayagraj, Tirtharaj. So this is like the place where the yogis will come and everyone, even materialists will come to get the mercy coming from this Amrita, to become immortal, to not to take birth again. And Prabhupada, along with his devotees, one time Prabhupada came to Kumbh Mela, and he says that we don't go here to attain liberation. Ultimately, a devotee, liberation is knocking on his door, Prabhupada says. He's already liberated. And bhakti is being performed after liberation. So we go there to distribute the holy name. We go there to distribute books, Srila Prabhupada's books, and we go there to distribute prasad. And evidently our camp, because they're all different camps, different societies of yogis and pseudo-spiritualists, our camp is the most famous. Because of what? Prasadam. We will distribute thousands of plates of prasadam. And that is the best. We don't have to perform mystic yoga to attain liberation just by eating prasad and chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And go back home, back to Godhead. So Prabhupada was asked because usually a sadhu is considered to can perform some magic or mystic yoga. So this was in Vrindavan, and one gentleman asked Prabhupada, "Can you show magic? Can you show magic like this, creating gold or something, pulling out a rabbit from a hat or something like this?" So Prabhupada says, "I don't have any magic. But if there is only magic I have, is I turned these hippies into happies. This sinful, they don't have any backgrounds. The Western boys and girls, my disciples, they don't have any idea of Krishna, who is God. But now they're chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, they're practicing Bhakti Yoga, and now they are blissful. They're so happy." Prabhupada was once asked also, he was on the plane, and how come your disciples look bright-faced? They're all very effulgent. If you compare a non-devotee to a non-devotee, the same age, a non-devotee will look very old. Let's say 60, 70 years old. And a devotee, 70 years old, is still fresh and looking nice and good because of our performing austerities. Our austerities, the greatest austerity in Kali Yuga is the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And no one can take the result of our austerities. It's never going to be in vain. It says in the Bhagavad Gita, Nihi brakramaнастоste pachavayo navidyate swalpam api asya dharmasya trayate mahato bayat. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. It's eternally credited to the devotee who's making an effort and trying to attain perfection by rendering loving devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's eternally credited into our spiritual bank account. We mentioned this many times that Krishna has a little black book, Prabhupada says, and he tallies the accumulated pious activities that we perform. That pious activities means bhakti, not like building hospitals or feeding the poor or digging wells for water for the pilgrims. No. So, Hiranyakashipu, while performing his tapasya, He became almost immortal. Almost. That even Lord Brahma was surprised when he was asked by Hiranyakashipu that he wanted him to pacify him because he disturbed the whole universe. Everyone from every nook and corner of the universe. The universe actually is shaking because of his tapasya. He's so great. Yeah. He wanted to perform this tapasya so that the ultimate result is that he will become immortal. But it is not possible. Not possible. So even Lord Brahma, he says, I myself will have to die. So how can I give that benediction to you that you will never die? So he tricked. Hiranyakashipu wanted to trick Lord Brahma. I will not die either in day or night, either inside or outside, nor any weapons, nor by man, beast, or any demigods. No, it's not possible. Either the land or water or in the sky. Lord Brahma, okay, tatastu, so be it, so be it. Huh. And nevertheless, Krishna is the greatest cheater. It is in the Bhagavad Gita says, of the gambling, I am the cheat. But he is the greatest cheater. He can cheat even this very, very big demon, Hiranyakashipu. So, he became exiled. Somehow or other, everything falls, all the mystic powers of the Siddhalokas, the inhabitants of Siddhalokas, the Siddhas, the yogis who resides in Siddhaloka, somehow he usurped them or took them. So even King Indra's throne was usurped, was taken by Hiranyakashipu. That he became like the master of all the demigods, excluding Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. Everyone became his servants, Hiranyakashipu. This is how powerful he is. Huh? So, they've been disturbed. The inhabitants of Siddhaloka were disturbed. And now they are praying to Lord Nrsimhadev. And they're offering their obeisances. Everyone now offering obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the protector of Dharma. The maintainer of the religious principles of the universe. So, yoga means to link up with the Supreme Lord, and this kind or types of yoga, mysticism, no one can go back home, back to Godhead. Even if one have perfect this 8 types of mysticism, the powers that have been created by performing austerities to attain certain mystic powers. No one can go back home, back to Godhead. Only a devotee can go back home, back to Godhead by performing a certain type of yoga called Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of love and devotion. Power of Bhakti is such a way that the devotee becomes seemingly greater than God or Krishna himself. That's why he says that Krishna is the greatest of every living being. Amongst all the living beings, there is one supreme living being. Nityo nichanam chetanas chetananam eka bahunam yadadati kaman. Among the plural living entities, there is one singular living entity, the Supreme, and He maintains everyone. No one maintains Him. He is self-sufficient, self-satisfied Himself, self-content. And only through devotional service one can purchase Krishna. Purchase means he can get the attraction of Lord Krishna. Krishna means all attractive, but he is attracted to his devotees. This is the difference. And by bhakti, Krishna seems to become subjugated, that he will allow himself to be also ordered and instructed by his devotees. The mystic yogis, they cannot control Krishna. Not possible. They cannot. Everyone is controlled by Lord Krishna, but his devotee can control up to a certain extent, of course. Krishna wanted to please. He always wants to please his devotees. And this is one of the main reasons why Lord Krishna descends from the spiritual world. Not just to protect his devotees or to kill the demons or to establish the principles of religion, as the Bhagavad Gita says. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata, or paritanaya sadhunam vinasaya duskritam. But Krishna ultimately appears from time to time, scheduled wise. Now no more scheduled incarnation. Next incarnation will be Kalki, the last incarnation in Kali Yuga. He comes especially to attract the conditioned souls by performing his pastimes, that they will become attracted to go back home, back to Godhead, and to please his devotees. He is obliged to his devotees. Now, these mystic yogis, material, through performing this material feats, is not spiritual. What they're doing is still material. Even though they want to become perfect through yoga, the power, the mystic powers that they gain by performing these different austerities and sacrifices is still material. They'll not be able to go back home, back to Godhead. But a devotee, by simply following the instructions coming from the scriptures, the spiritual master, and the saintly personalities. Even the Bhagavad Gita says, Patram puspam palam toyam yomi bhakti prayashyate. If one offers me a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or some water, with love and devotion, I will accept it. Again, no one can perform this kind of yoga, mysticism in this day and age. We live in the cities, so we cannot perform this kind of yoga. But even a simple person living simply with no wealth, but even one can offer Lord Krishna simple flower, leaf, some water, and one can go back home, back to Godhead. So this is real power that the one can attain by performing bhakti yoga. And here, these inhabitants of Siddhaloka, well, it says also that at the time of dissolution, some of these inhabitants from the heavenly planets, they will also attain liberation. They'll go back home, back to Godhead. Like the inhabitants of Brahmaloka. So, We will read continuously later on about these different personalities residing in different planetary systems in the heavenly planets. The universe is divided into 14 planetary systems. We're in the middle planetary system, and the inhabitants in the higher 7 planetary systems, they're in a better place where enjoyment in this material world can be experienced, and there's a tendency that one can be also in illusion and want to stay again and again in this material world, even though they will be given also the choice whether they can go back home, back to Godhead or not, or stay. But mostly they wanted to stay because of the allurement and the attraction coming from Maya Devi. But for a devotee of the Supreme Lord, he will not be attracted for any of these other mystic powers as been offered while performing this mystic yoga. The devotee is very simple. He just have one desire, to go back home, back to Godhead. And he will not be disturbed by anything. No material things can disturb the devotee of the Supreme Lord because he is protected and taking shelter unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Okay, I'll stop here. Any comments or question with these siddhas? They can even, some of them, they can even read your mind. I cannot read your mind, but you're going to ask. So,
is it only on the planetary system that the karma is accumulated, or can you go from heavenly planets up to back to Godhead, or is it only from Loka and even then?
From what I've read, which is long time ago, the inhabitants of the heavenly planets, because they have these facilities for higher pleasure, for sense enjoyment. So it is akama sarva kamo bha moksha kama udaradi. So the demigods also, not all of them are free from material desires. Some of them are, but not all of them. So they come back again. This is part of the karma. It says after accumulating 100 lifetimes of pious activities, that pious activities means materialistic, altruistic activities, like social welfare activities, then one can attain the post of Lord Brahma. But that is very rare, to accumulate that 100 lifetimes, because many are just wanting to do good things to others. So they go there, but then after attaining that result of their karma, performing that pious credits in the earthly planets, then they come back again. Prabhupada says, many of these demigods, they are waiting in queue to take birth in ISKCON. And he says that some of these children must have been demigods before. That's why they took birth in the society where we are right now. And these children will be so powerful. Right now, we're not seeing them. But the onus for us to set the platform for them to become very powerful. Because our movement will go on for the next 10,000 years. So Kali Yuga will be so thick, it'll be more difficult to penetrate and perform bhakti, but some of these children next generation, few generations from us, will be so powerful. They will have these mystic powers also. They'll be so light, they can fly in a flying carpet. We don't have any idea how the civilization will go through now. Just imagine so many cars right now. Now they're inventing electric cars. Now maybe in the future they'll invent cars that can fly also. But our devotees will not use any cars. It'll be so powerful. Prabhupada says that. In order to preach, they can go wherever they wish to go and preach Krishna consciousness. So it is being depleted. This is karma. Even King Indra is not free. In the scriptures, King Indra seems to be always in trouble, isn't it? That's why he was cursed, his body. Yeah? His body is not like us. He's so lusty. He's a king of the demigods, but he's misusing that also. So from time to time, he's being punished. So we may go there, but we still have to come down. Brahma bhubana loka punar avartino Arjuna. Everyone is to die, even from the highest planetary system up to the lowest Brahmaloka, to even an insignificant microbe. So yes, karma is like this. We create, it's used up. Animals, they don't have any more karma. Their karma is that. They don't create any more karma. That is their karma. And so after some time, they come to the human platform again. Now, your question whether they acquire karma there or not, I don't have any evidence to say, but from what I've understood, reading Srila Prabhupada's books, you also have to die. You also will come back again to this earthly planet. But in the beginning, when we first come to the material world, we're given a choice. It says, we were all once have that position of being a Brahma. We were all Brahmas before. But somehow, not all Brahmas are pure devotees. Somehow, we come to that platform and then we're given a choice and then, I would like to enjoy. Okay, you want to enjoy? You come down. You want to go back home, back to Godhead? You go back from there. So before being entangled in this material world, we were given a choice. You want to go back home, back to Godhead, or stay and enjoy, quote unquote. Yeah. This was from whatever, long time ago. Any other points or comments? Yes? Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Yeah. There were Brahma buddies, but they smell the tulsi leaf with chandan. Then they become devotees. Brahma buddies means they're not actually pure devotees, but they have reached to the point that they become devotees. That's why they're one of the heads of the sampradaya. Kumar sampradaya. Ours is from Brahma. Brahma, Madhva, Gauriya sampradaya, the Kumar sampradaya, Sri sampradaya, and Rudra sampradaya. So that's why it says the Brahma Badis means they believe about Brahman as the supreme. they're tinged with Brahman realization. But then once they smell the tulsi leaf with chandan, they became devotees of the Supreme Lord. That's what it says. If you go back again to that episode from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah, yes. Yes, yes. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Someone recently said that, asked a question, why we should treat the Lord and somebody for protection, why not treat another in Christian creed?
Yeah. Well, Srila Prabhupada asked us to do so. That's why we're doing it. You know what? Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Ram, and Nrsimhadev, they are the same. No one, of course, Krishna is a source of everything. Isvara Parama Krishna. He is the cause of all causes. But Lord Nrsimhadev is like in every temples there is a chakra. Lord Nrsimhadev's expansion is none different than this chakra. Lord Narayan has 4 arms, and in each arm he's holding these different items. The chakra and what's that, the other one? The club, yeah? They are for the demons. The lotus flower and the conch, they are for the devotees. So that protection, the chakra, is Lord Nrsimhadev. Why not? We pray also to Lord Nrsimhadev. He is none other than Krishna. But the mood is different. The rasa is different. Krishna has 16,108 wives. Lord Ramachandra, only one. Both Krishna or Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had 2 wives. But then he renounced. And Lord Nrsimhadev, none different than Krishna. So if we pray to Lord Nrsimhadev, he is the Lord of protection. He'll give us protection, like he gave to Prahlad Maharaj. And Prabhupada has taught us the Nrsimha prayers when he was not well. He taught his disciples to chant this. Why not? Also, yeah.
Also, have it covered so that Lord Nrsimha is Krishna, he's not information, so that would be like the personification of
Repeat that again.
So, Prabhupada said that Lord Nrsimha is Krishna.
Lord Nrsimhadev is Krishna, yes. Yeah.
Krishna is that's protected.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he feels obliged, yeah, to his devotees. Yeah, Lord Nrsimhadev is the protector of our movement. That's why they installed Lord Nrsimhadev's deity in Mayapur to protect our movement. Before, the gundas, the thugs, as you may say, modern day thugs, gundas, they were disturbing Mayapur. After Lord Nrsimhadev came there. So there is a story also of, I can't recall completely. He was in jail and he was, mistakenly put into jail, and so he was chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, nothing happens. He was chanting Prabhupada's mantra, nothing, but he chanted Lord Nrsimhadev's mantra. He was saved. Many times devotees, when something happens, like they will pray to Lord Nrsimhadev and they will be saved. Many stories like that. We can go and ask Janardana Prabhu how powerful Lord Nrsimhadev is. Mm. But before, devotees, they don't wear Nisingha kabachas, you know. Now many devotees also. Yeah, we should have faith that Lord Krishna will fully protect us. But praying to Lord Nrsimhadev is none different than praying to Lord Krishna for protection. Yeah, our movement will go on for the next 10,000 years, and Lord Nrsimhadev will protect us in that way. Yeah, that's why the first wing of the TOVP, I was there this year, the wing temple of Lord Nrsimhadev was first established for auspiciousness, for protection. And hopefully 2026, we will see the Lord being transferred, all of them. And it will take months. This will not take even weeks or days. How are they going to do it? Hare Krishna. You will need a big crane. You cannot, there are tons, thousands of, kilos, not hundreds. They're very heavy. The Panchatattva, Lord Nrsimhadev, they're very heavy. You cannot carry by 3 or 4 people like Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra. No. They have to break their heads, so to speak, how to figure this out, how to transfer the Lord. And such a short distance. You think 5, 10 people can carry them? Not possible. No way. They better have a mystic power by that time so that they'll be able to transfer from the temple where they are right now.
You say that Manfred reminded also in Germany,
Mm.
the devotees there, led by they were incognito going into Russia and other places behind East Bloc.
Yeah.
And they saw the date of Lord Assembly that we should take them.
Mm.
We had that date appointing to Russia and every Saturday we do a special puja.
Ah.
And then we see what happens. Maybe when things changed, there was thousands of boats came from Russia.
Right.
Which was going on.
Yeah. Your temple is a chakra on the top. All the temples, they have chakras. Practically, Jagannath Puri, Vrindavan. Every temple's being installed, there's always a chakra. It's always a chakra. I'm just saying it that way. Yeah. Yes.
I also read that Lord Assembly was misunderstood as not being the manifestation of hatred towards the demons, but actually was more of a manifestation of Krishna's love and protection for his devotees.
Yeah.
And, he's one of the only ones who can bestow prema. Lord Chaitanya, Krishna, and Lord Ramachandra.
Yeah. Very special, Lord Nrsimhadev. You go to South India, even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went on a pilgrim. He went to all these different places. Yes. Haribol.
You were explaining that the perfection of yoga is to attain Krishna.
Yes.
So, how can we achieve that perfection? How can we perfect this Bhakti yoga and attain Godhead?
You have to be greedy. You have to be greedy. Like the materials are greedy for sense enjoyment. So you must be greedy to do service to Lord Krishna and his devotees. This is your qualification, lobha. Srila Rupa Goswami says that if this is available in the market, you should be ready to pay the price at any cost, not having any condition. You get what you paid for. And there is a saying also, there is no such thing as cheap and good. You have to pay the price. If you want the best, you should be ready to work hard to attain that, right? So you will do anything and everything to attain it. So whatever Srila Prabhupada and the previous predecessor acharyas has told us to do, we should follow. Not cut and paste. You know, oh, I don't like this one. Let me put this aside. No, everything we have to do in toto, 100%. We should try. As Prabhupada says, try and try until you succeed. Don't give up. Don't be discouraged. And always look for improvement. Failures may come, but they are stepping stones to success. Many hurdles and obstacles may come. Every day, many tests will come. The more you advance, the more Krishna will test you through the material energy, because she wanted to be sure, not leaving you alone, not until you become a pure devotee. So material energy is there. They're not enemies. Three modes of material nature, they're not enemies of the devotee, but it should be there for us to learn, to attain, to go back home, back to Godhead. Okay, so don't be discouraged. Yeah? Any other points or comments? Do we stop here now? Anything else? Thank you very much for your kind attention. Srila Prabhupada ki, Lord Nrsimhadev ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanande. Hare Krishna. Hari Om Tat Sat. Dhanyavad. Hare Krishna.